You should not add anything which is irrelevant. You are supposed to go with only relevant information and relevant knowledge. While we are going with the characteristics, you need to have an impression that this question will definitely come in the main examination. Management accounting does not go with a standard rules and regulation or the format. When we go with collection of data, what happens is we get to know that which one is relevant and which one is not relevant. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students, and here in this session I'm going to explain you the management accounting first chapter, which is the introduction chapter. Now what exactly management accounting is? Many people have defined management accounting according to their well and wishes, but let me tell you in nutshell if I need to explain what exactly management accounting is. Now, in any business, the manager is a person who plays a very vital role. The reason here is he manages everything. And that is the reason we have given him a separate accounting called management accounting, where he will take the decisions according to those figures and the facts which he will receive. So that means what? The information what he gets, what he analyzed from those information, and the fact what he has, and what operative charges and the other things are there, that is all present, so that we can start something called management accounting. That means what? Management accounting is a process of collecting informations and then analyzing the information and later taking wise decisions. Those are the techniques of management accounting. Let's go with what the Institution of Cost and Management Accounting in London have defined. So they have defined that management accounting has the application of professional knowledge. When I say professional knowledge, let me tell you here, students, management accounting act has science as well as an art. Now you will understand that you would have studied that management is an art and science. The same way here, management accounting also goes with professional knowledge, where you have the art and science combination. And here when we go with this, it's a professional knowledge and skill in the preparation of accounting. That means here you should not add anything which is irrelevant. You are supposed to go with only relevant information and relevant knowledge. And then you are supposed to go with the next one, that is in the preparation of accounting information in such a way as to assist management. Why is that we are preparing management accounting? So that the manager is getting the right decisions at the right time. And when we go with this, the policies and whatever is made by the manager is through management accounting. And in the planning and control of the operations of the undertaking. So whatever you plan, whatever you go with it, it is on the basis of management accounting. Let me also tell you this. You would have heard about financial accounting. You would have actually written the paper for cost accounting. But what exactly this management accounting is? That means that financial accounting, it goes with historical data. Cost accounting goes with the past data. But here, management accounting, it goes with the current data and the prediction of future analysis. That's why management accounting is very, very important in the 21st century. Let's go with the characteristics of management accounting. Now here, students, characteristics of management accounting, I have given you here 5, plus you will have 5 more. So that means 10 points I have covered. The reason why I have gone with only 10 points is this is a sure question for 10 marks. That means while we are going with the characteristics, you need to have an impression that this question will definitely come in the main examination. So be very careful and analyzes what exactly the characteristics is. Now the first one here is, as I told you before, recent origin. That means management accounting is just a recent origin. So if I need to give you the data, it is like 1960s onwards we started to adopt management accounting. Next is, it is science as well as an art. When I say science well as an art, that means what? Management. If you go with the process of management, what management is all about, right? Management is what? Science as well as art. Management accounting is also science as well as it is art. So when we go with it, it is partially science and partially art. Next one is, it goes with service function. What is the service function? That is, you give the manager about the real figures of management accounting. He is a person who goes with a function. What kind of a function? He'll start taking the decisions. That is why it is called service function. And next one is macro approach. See, we have two approaches. One is micro approach and the macro approach. Management accounting concentrates more on macro approach. And next one is highly sensitive to management need. That means what? Management really needs management accounting. What exactly is happening in the day-to-day life of the business, and what will be your prediction in the future? That is why it is very sensitive in nature. Next one we have is selective and discriminating in reporting of data. When we go with this, you're not supposed to have any kind of discriminating reports. That's why you should not be having any discrimination when you go with the analysis of the reports. So when we go with highly personalized services, we will get to know that management accounting is not descriptive, it is highly subjective. And the next point we have is what? Management accounting does not go with a standard rules and regulation or the format. The reason here behind the rules and format is, see, financial accounting, you should have these standard rules and it has been set by the accounting standards. But here when we go with management accounting, it is only for the employees, employer and the stakeholders. So what happens is they alter their own formats, and then what is convenient to them, they will actually go with it. Next one we have is it mainly concerned with future. Now I told you here, students, financial accounting goes with the historical data and the past data. The cost accounting goes with the past data and the current data. But when you go with the management accounting goes with the current data and the future estimates. That's the reason management accounting in the 21st century is very much needed for all the business enterprises and many people. Whoever wants to actually make more profitability and productivity, they will definitely maintain management accounting. Let me tell you here, students, management accounting is very, very costly. People have a very good career if they go with the management accounting and advanced cost and management accounting subjects. So if you feel that you need to get more salary, then definitely you should know the subject in depth. Now let's go with the characteristics one by one. Now in this session, I have given you all the 10 points and I'll explain it to you what exactly it is. I want you people to write these 10 points in your main examination, which will definitely fetch you 10 marks. Now what is the first one? As we said that it is a recent origin. So I told you it is from 1960 we started to adopt management accounting. So management accounting is of recent origin. It is the process of evolution as well as the development. So it is a subject to all those difficulties which new disciplines of study has to face. That means what? That means here financial accounting has a lot of demerits, which was actually later rectified in cost accounting. Again, in cost accounting, we have so many irregularities. The reason is you have relevant information as well as irrelevant information. But here in management accounting, what happens is we don't have any irrelevant entries or irrelevant data, because we only focuses on the relevant and the facts which we really want, so that we can make a management accounting very stable. Next one we have is it is a science as well as an art. When we go with science, what exactly it is? That means insofar the collection and processing of data is concerned. That means what? When you go with science, they go with the collection of data. When they go with collection of data, what happens is we get to know that which one is relevant and which one is not relevant. Next one here, if you go with the art, what happens is that is the interpretation and the presentation of data, or the preparation of data is actually based on the analysis of the manager. That's why they say it is also what? Art. See, all the managers in all the different companies, They are not the same. That means what they have, the mindset is not similar to the mindset of the other manager. That's why it is what? Both science as well as art. Next one we have a service function. Now, what exactly service function is all about? So, management accounting is a service function. Now, what do you mean by service function? In the sense that it provides the information required by the different levels of management for discharging their management function. So, it gives an immense service to each and every department. When I say here, let me tell you here, students, we have three types or three levels of management, namely top level, middle level, supervisory level. Now, when we go with the top level, middle level, supervisory level, management accounting serves as a servicery function for each and every level or functions of management. Now, what the middle level wants, management accounting will actually render them those services, as well as what the top level people they need also, it will be actually giving it. So that's why here, whichever department wants, management accounting is only meant for those departments. And let me tell you here, financial accounting and cost accounting is prepared for the micro level as well as macro level. When I say micro and the macro, it means for the company as well as for the public. But management accounting is never prepared for the public. It is only prepared for the employer, employee, and the stakeholders. So only those people can actually go with management accounting. Some of the companies, they don't even show their management accounting to the stakeholders. So next one here we have is a macro approach. Now, what exactly macro approach is? I told you that we have two types of approaches. One is a micro approach, another is a macro approach. When we go with the macro approach, what exactly it means is management accounting doesn't just think about the micro way, it goes with the macro level. That means it can reach to what the business wants to reach. That's the reason we have this characteristic, which is a very unique. If you compare with financial accounting or cost accounting, management accounting thinks about the futuristic aspect of business environment, as well as it will give you a real data and the figures that these things can definitely happen if we go with those efforts. Now, example here, the approach of management accounting is macro. When I say this, what exactly it is? That means it goes with the consideration and the interprets the operational data in the wider environment in which the business actually operates. So wherever the business operates, it will actually show us what the environment is all about. Next is highly sensitive to management needs. When I go with this highly sensitive to the management needs, management accounting concern itself with the presentation of all the data needed to the management at the required time. When you really need management accounting is there to help you to take wise decision. That means just in time, total quality management, all these techniques are present in management accounting. Next one we have a selective and discriminating in reporting of data. When you go with this selective, in the sense we know that what is the best one we are supposed to choose. Now, management accounting is selective and discriminating in reporting of data, that is emphasize and highlights the relevant facts. See here, it's a very important one, that is relevant facts. Many of the financial accounting and cost accounting till now, whatever you have prepared or whatever you have seen that there are so many irrelevant data, irrelevant entries. But here in management accounting, you don't have those. You have only relevant, that is what is necessary for the business, each and everything which is true fact and which you really require. Only those data will be collected out of the mass data, and that is, it picks up only relevant. It picks up only relevant and useful information and communicates only that information which may be helpful to the management. That means you have a subject which will actually give you the real figures, the real fact, the real information, and you will not deviate yourself by checking what is relevant and what is irrelevant. So here management accounting plays a very important role, so that it actually consumes time. No, it doesn't consume time. It is actually what? It consumes less time than financial accounting and the cost accounting when it comes to the data collection. Next one we have is the highly personalized service. Then we have it as subjective and does not follow set of rules and formats. Now when we go with the highly personalized service here, students, please understand, I want you people to concentrate here. The reason is management accounting is highly personalized service. That means the efficiency and the faithfulness with which management accounting serve the management depends upon the skill and competence of the management accounting. That means what here is management accounting is proper. It gives you the real fact. It depends on the manager how he will take that. If the manager is really good and the management accounting techniques which he has taken is correct, let me tell you here, your business will flourish. The reason here is both will match together for the productivity. Next one is it is subjective. Now management accounting is subjective. When I say that, it is because it is fundamentally based upon judgment of the person concerned rather than on measurement. That is, whatever it is, if the manager is correct, the manager has that intuition that what it is best, only then management accounting will be helpful. And lastly we have does not follow set rules and formats. The reason here is, see, financial accounting follows specific rules and format because they give it to the public. That means they should have a standard, they should have a uniqueness, as well as it should be maintained by everybody. But when it comes to management accounting, the rules and formats of management accounting are determined by the informational need of the management. However, the information they need, they can change or alter or make it very flexible in the nature. And the last characteristics today we will go with, that is the last one here, is mainly concerned with future. Now management accounting is always concerned for the future. Now example I'll tell you, what are the things which we have learned in financial accounting and cost accounting is whatever happened in the past. Now who will actually benefit from it? But management accounting will not focus on the past, it goes with the current and the future. That means what are you right now and what you will be after. That is what management accounting will always go with. So management accounting is not just concerned with the post-mortem analysis. That means nothing they go with the post-mortem analysis. They only go with what the real picture is. That means they'll not go with the historical or past result. It is mainly concerned with the forecast or estimation of the future. It helps the management in planning for the future in the light of post experiences. Now, we will go with the analysis of the experience, what has happened before if we have taken few decisions, but we will not crib about the past. That is what management accounting actually is concerned with. So next we'll move on with the next topic, that is the objectives of management accounting. Here students, again, you may get a question about explain the characteristics of management accounting, or you may get a question called explain the objectives of management accounting. When you get a question of objective, let me tell you again, I have given you here 5, and the next slide I'll be giving you 5 more. So that means again 10 points are there. It is for 10 marks. It is for how many marks? It is for 10 marks. So what are the objectives of management accounting? After listening to the characteristics, it is very easy to analyze what are the objectives of management accounting, because after hearing to the characteristics, you got a picture about what management accounting is. So if I need to tell you in nutshell what all the characteristics we have learned, I'll tell you here, you will get a similarities of the objectives as well. The reason is management accounting is a goal-oriented process. It only goes with the futuristic like planning. Now, what are the objectives? The first one here is it collects data. That is what data feeding will happen. That means what type of a data feeding will happen? That is a real data which is relevant. Next one is interpretation of accounting data. Now, what are the data which we actually collect? We collect the accounting data. We don't collect any other information. We only go with the accounting data. So quality is also there, quantity is also there. Optimum utilization of resources. See, when you understand the quality and quantity management, you will get a very useful characteristics as well as the objective. That is what optimum utilization of resources. Each and every resources in the business will be utilized through management accounting. Next one is it eliminates. That means elimination will happen. What is that elimination? That is the guesswork. Whatever you go with the guesswork, okay, this can happen, this will happen, will this not happen? All those guesswork will be eliminated because you have the data. You will analyze and interpret the data and you will get the real fact. So the guesswork is eliminated. And next one is planning. Now, through the collection of data and analysis of the data, you will get to know that what are the best course of actions and how you are supposed to move yourself. Next one we have is, it goes with the control, motivation, organizing, coordinating and communicating or reporting. If you understand all these things, you get to know one particular common factor. That is what? It is a kind of the characteristics and the objective of management. That is what? It will motivate you. So how exactly management accounting will motivate? Now, that's a very good question, isn't it? So I have given you all the explanation here, what exactly it is. The first one, when we go with the data feeding, what happens here is one of the specific objective. Data feeding is one of the specific objective of management accounting, through which the management accounting is to provide the necessary information. Now, what are the information? That are the relevant information. You will only go with what? Relevant information. Then the next one is interpretation of accounting data. That is, when we go with this, you will only collect the accounting data and not anything else. So one of the important objective is the collection as well as the interpretation. When you go with the interpretation, what happens is you go with analyze and interpret the accounting data, which is meaningfully, and to present the accounting data in a non-technical way. In a non-technical way. It is not always like technical kind of a thing. It is like non-technical way. You will not go with it, so that easily you can understand the management. So you can understand and you can take use of it. That's the reason it is. Next one is optimum utilization of resource. See here, when you know what you have and when you know how you are supposed to use it, definitely you will get something called optimizing as well as utilizing both the resources. So that is why we say that optimally utilization of resources is very, very important. So another important objective of management accounting is to help the management to achieve optimum utilization of all the resources of the enterprise, so that we can achieve the maximum profit. So that's the three objectives which I have told you. The next one is the elimination of guesswork. See here, guesswork is very, very bad. And you're not supposed to always rely upon your guessing works, right? So you are supposed to always have a fact, what exactly you are supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. Don't go with your intuition. See, intuitions are good. It's not that intuitions are bad, but you're depending only on your intuition, so that will be very difficult, right? So if you need to go with, I'll give you an example of Adani Groups, what exactly is happening in Adani Group. From past 5 days, Adani is losing money like anything. Probably 1.91 lakh crores. I'm talking about 1.91 lakh crores. To earn that much money, I think it would have taken more than 20 years. But losing that amount, it's just 5 days. Now, why it happened? So please do understand, Keep more research on management accounting. You will get to know the real fact about what made him to lose those resources. Now, another important objective of management accounting is eliminating the element of intuition and guesswork from managerial decisions. So when you actually take off those intuitions and guesswork, now you'll be in proper. So managerial decisions making and to make decision making process more scientific by providing significant data relating to various, when I say various or alternative, that is the cost, the price, the profit and savings. Each and everything you should have a scientific data or the techniques for scientific management. Next one is planning. Now, what exactly planning is? Planning is a process which bridges the gap between what you are and what you want to be. So here also management accounting, they go with a proper planning, that is where we are and where we are supposed to go. That is why the main objective of management accounting is to always think about the future. That is what we are supposed to do and what we are not supposed to attempt. The next objective we have is control. Now here management accounting, when we go with it, that is the accounting, it helps the management to control the performance of each functional areas of enterprise. So that means what? It gives you an instruction how you are supposed to manage each and every functional departments. This objective of management accounting is sought to be realized through special techniques like budgetary control. Now, I'll be explaining you the next chapter, which is like budgetary control, where you will get to know that what exactly are these type of techniques. Now, here there are too many techniques in management accounting which controls each and every functional areas. Like you have budgetary control, where the sales department, the production department and the flexible budgeting things happens. Then we have something called standard costing, where labor variances and material variances will be determined and they'll be controlled so that the management accounting will be efficient. Then we have the department operating statements, where I'll be telling you about the marginal cost and marginal cost statements. Again, the each and every chapter will be discussed in detail, and each and every chapters in management accounting are the techniques of management accounting. The next one is motivation. Now, management accounting helps the employees to get motivated. The more they work, the more they get the pay or the remuneration. That's why here what happens is you'll always get to know where exactly you are there. The current situation will be given in a clear statement in management accounting. So you get that motivation kind of a kick saying that I can be better in future. So that is what the purpose of management is done in the motivational sectors. Now here when we go with this objective of the management that engage in a different operation of the organizations to give their best towards the realization of the goals of the enterprises. So each and every time whenever the manager wants the information, management accounting gives, so that the manager gets a motivation that whatever he is doing is correct, and his employees will also get motivated because whatever they are planning to achieve is getting to be fulfilled. So these are the motivational objectives. Organizing, coordinating and communicating all are the interdependent functions of management. So here when we go with organizing, management accounting helps in organizing each and every segment. Like you'll go with bringing together physical resources, manpower and finance to accomplish the goal. Management accounting does the same. When you go with the coordinating and communicating or reporting, here what happens is whenever you go with coordinating, here management accounting is taken into consideration, where the manager should report to each and every employee that what exactly they have decided, and there should be 100% coordination, as well as there should be a proper communication and reporting should also happen. So these are the objectives of management accounting. In the next session, I'll be explaining you about the differences between cost accounting, management accounting and financial accounting. After that, I'll be taking one more topic which is called limitations of management accounting. Till then, I'll see you when I see you. Thank you.